Hey guys, Alec, Peirce, Scuba Tech Tips here at the famous Simcoe Diving in Barrie, Ontario. So we're going to talk about something that you don't even think about. You know, guys don't even think about your fin straps, of course, until one breaks. But let's talk about fin straps for just a moment. Let me give you, first of all, a very short history, really short, like a minute. And I'm going to talk about what is the best fin strap. Now, of course, these are my opinions. You can have different opinions if you like, just don't share them with me. All I can do is give you ideas and suggestions, and you make up your own mind, okay? This is not the first fin strap. This is the first detachable fin strap. The first fin strap was actually attached to the fins. Yeah, they used to have actually fins, and not full foot fins. No. A fin like this, and it had a strap around your heel, but the strap was part of the fin. Yeah, it's really interesting. But then later, some guy said, well, those straps wear out awfully quickly, or those straps are too long. So some wise guy came up with the idea of having a detachable, adjustable fin strap. It's pretty neat. It looks like this. There's a metal clip on the side and a rubber strap with some ridges in it, and you force it through there and so on. And they worked pretty well. A couple of problems. First of all, they did wear up. Usually they tore. See, the rubber dried out and they tore, and so you could replace them. That's good. The downside is, were they ever hard on fingers? Fingernails, knuckles, because you had to get this metal thing around the corner, and the rubber was dry by then, almost impossible. And then they had to adjust it, and even the adjustments were hard. And it was just a darn nuisance. These metal clips and these. So anyway, we had these for a long time, and we were talking from mid-60s to probably the mid-80s, maybe later, so 25 or 30 years, something like that. And then somebody came along and said, you know, they are a real pain in the butt. The strap is good, so this strap is almost exactly the same, you see. But to adjust it, and then you press the button to make it bigger. And if you need to take it off to replace it, you take it off to replace it. So this was a big improvement. It was still an adjustable, replaceable rubber fin strap. But the adjustment was easy and the replacement was easy. So this was a big step forward. And lots of fins are still made with this type of strap today. I suppose there are some downsides. These are not universal. Most of the manufacturers have their own post that he's attached to. And if you need to get a pair of fin straps for this fin, you have to go to this dealer and buy his straps. Not a big deal necessarily, but it would be nice if they had one fin strap like this that fit all the different fins, but they don't. Anyway, there have been some changes as well. A little while ago, some other wise guy was sitting in his basement with nothing to do, and he said, you know what? Why are we making them adjustable? They don't need to be adjustable, you know? They can be flexible or stretchable. So if you make them stretchy, that way people with small feet, it won't stretch much. People with feet like Kevin's, Kevin doesn't even need fins really, but he puts them on anyway for looks. Kevin's, he stretches a whole bunch there, you see? So that's what this was. And this is, you know, what does that look like? It looks like a spring, yeah. So these are, you know, divers are pretty smart. They're pretty logical. This is called the spring strap. That's what it is, spring strap. Now the very first spring straps weren't exactly like this. They didn't have this rubber handle on the back. They just had the spring. And I remember them very, very well. We used them and sold them in the store. And they were good, but they would pinch because you pinch your finger, sometimes pinch your heel. But it was a big improvement. Now you can still remove these. Put them on and off. And they do come in different sizes. You actually do come in different sizes because people with tiny, tiny feet need a small foot pocket and a shorter fin strap. So these spring straps were a big improvement, but they certainly weren't perfect. They're made of steel. They weren't cheap to make. They do rust. A bit of rust on there. I don't care. Stainless steel doesn't mean it doesn't rust. It just means it doesn't rust as easily. So they weren't perfect. So now we end up with today's strap. The perfect fin strap, my opinion. I think it's great because this is a stretch strap. Fits everybody's foot. Got a nice big thumb hole at the back because you guys down south, okay, wonderful. But up here, we have to have a big hole because we can get our gloved finger. Yeah, we wear gloves up here. So you had to put a nice big strap on the back. Doesn't pinch, doesn't wear out, doesn't rust. It just does what it's supposed to do. Keeps your foot firmly in your fin. I think these are fantastic. They're still quick detachable and everything else. So, and these, you know what these are? They're not springs. It's really bungee cord. Yeah, that's what it is. So we'll call these the bungee straps. I like them. Okay, I think they're just about the perfect fin strap. Having lived through all those different fin straps and seen all the problems, good and bad, all the problems that the other ones have, I really enjoy these particular fins. And these are on most fins now. These happen to be Scuba Pro fin, but a lot of the different fin manufacturers are using these now. So if you haven't tried one of these bungee straps, if you're still using the old rubber strap or the old spring strap, for gosh sakes, borrow your buddy's fins or go into the dive store and say, hey, I'm interested in buying one of those fins with the bungee straps, kind of take a pair out for a test dive, and any decent dive store owner will say, yeah, sure, here, and give it a try. I think you'll like them. Anyway, I just thought I'd take a minute and talk to you about fin straps, something you don't think about very often until they break, and share a bit of history and what my personal opinion is. These bungee straps, I think, are pretty good. Okay, there you go. Look it up on the internet, have some fun, and see what you think as well. Talk to you again really soon. Alec Peirce, Scuba Tech Tips.